Hello. I don't know what's going to come out in the cards. I don't know when I'm going to post this, but if you're open to it, if you're aligned with me, this should be helpful for you. If you want to take a breath with me, we could take a breath. 1, 2, 3. Also, as I'm thinking about it, let me just turn that off. Okay, so. Alright, if you aren't familiar with me, my name is Tariq. Also, I feel like that was a botched breath, so if you want to take another breath, 1, 2, 3. Hold it and then let go. If you like to drink, you can like grab a drink or like whatever you be sipping on or whatever. I used to watch. I don't watch her as much. I still get her notifications, but I used to love watching Brittany the Cosmic Intuitive Wifey or whatever her name is. And she used to say that it's like get whatever you be sipping on, get whatever you. Or I think she still does say that. I don't know. I haven't watched her though in a while. I hope she's doing well. But anyways, if you're open to this, this should be helpful to you. But please use discernment. This might not be 110% for everybody who's here. So, first card that we have is the Eight of Swords. So there's this feeling of being trapped. There's this feeling of like, for some of you, it's around your throat center. It's around like your communication. And as I say that, we have the Three of Pentacles. Your expression, basically. You could be an artist, you could not be an artist, but like generally your expression. You're starting to feel like really, or you have been feeling really stuck and like bogged down, if you will. And I think pretty soon you're going to see a breakthrough of sorts. You're going to see a sort of shift, especially if you like have faith in it and you like believe in it and you trust in that, like in this moment with me now, in this moment, like really like solidify that for yourself. We have the Nine of Swords coming out, Three of Pentacles back at the bottom of the deck. The Nine of Swords and the Eight of Swords, there's a lot of overthinking, there's a lot of over sharing, over talking going on. And I think it's really necessary that you like allow yourself to ground and get grounded, because I feel like you're really not grounded right now. Like whenever you're watching this, whenever this is reaching you, like I feel like you could really stand to ground a little bit. There's an influence with the devil here. Once again, I don't know when I'm going to post this, but as I'm recording, it is Sunday. It is also the day before a full moon, and it is also Mercury retrograde. And this is kind of like the energy of that, like feeling really trapped, feeling really stuck. And like the devil actually does talk more to the Eight of Swords about the feeling of being stuck, you know, feeling like trapped, like you're in chains or something. And I said this in a previous video. I'm going to try to post, or I'm going to try to put the video about me being homeless down below, where I talked about my experience being homeless. And I talked about addiction in that video, and I talked about how when you're in addiction, like it's not really you, it's like another aspect of you, sure, but it's not really you. It's like something taking control of you. We could call it parasites or whatever. And like right before I made this video, right before I got to recording this, I was about to watch this video about parasites and demons. But I was like, okay, I need to record a video, so there's that little bit of context. What's some advice for whoever this is for? What's some positive energy, infinite spirit, beloved? We have a card flying out of there. We have the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups has been coming out a lot for me the last few readings. The message of like love over fear is coming through. Like instead of leaning into fear, leaning into love, leaning into the idea that you are safe and protected, like that the universe has your back, and like there's nothing really to worry about, there's nothing to fear. There's nothing to fear but fear itself. I'm kidding. But yeah. The way that I'm reading this energy is that like, yeah, by leaning into your heart space, you will definitely see a rebirth, and you will definitely see the results that you desire once you start leaning more into your like vulnerability, your emotional vulnerability, your passion. And this is actually something excuse my voice. This is something that I was reading about recently, because in my own chart, there's an element of that. And if you happen to have the same placement, awesome, what's up? But if you don't, let me know what's your midheaven. What is your 10th house? I was reading about the midheaven, which is the highest point in the sky, basically, at the time that you're born. And for me, it's Cancer. And so the opposite of that is Capricorn. I talked about it in the last video. We're not going to get into it in this video, but there's a lot of information you can find out about that if you just Google. But yeah, like, Cancer is an emotional energy, and so like the philosophy goes that if you lean into that, like, you will be very successful in like business and stuff. And so like I feel like that's the energy that's coming. I didn't have to explain all that, but I did explain all that. I over-explained. And once again, I feel like for you, my friend, there is a big theme of like oversharing and overindulging, possibly. And I do feel like there's a sort of ending. I feel like it's a really subtle ending. Maybe you don't really need to know too many details, but there is something that is going to happen that is going to catapult you into like a new reality, if you will, if we can say it like that, even though that sounds kind of cheesy. We have the Ace of Wands at the bottom of the deck, and then also we have the Hangman, clarifying the Death and the Ten of Wands. And so it's like there is something coming to an end. It could be a relationship, it could be a job, it could be a friendship, it could be a business idea. Like, there's a lot of different things, but there's something, one particular thing, maybe several things, but one particular thing that is coming to an end that wants to be put to rest. And it's going to really, if you're not already there, it's going to really push you into a place of like the limbo. And it's really necessary that you have patience and you recognize that like every moment is temporary and like you're not going to be lost forever. So there's that message. Like, whenever you're in limbo, whenever you're like not sure, like, you're doing good. Like, chill out. I think Carl Jung says it best. Excuse me. He says in the Red Book, he said, if you find yourself sure of the next move, you're probably not on the right path. And just the same, like, when you find yourself confused, when you find yourself questioning what next steps you should take, that's probably a good sign. That's probably a sign that you're on the right path. Because you're forging a new path, and it's like, it's unique to you, so it's like, it's not going to be like anybody else. What's on the other side of this Hangman? Like, what can we expect? Also, like, within the energy of the full moon, like, once again, I don't know when I'm going to post this, so like, I'm trying not to date this, but within the energy of the full moon and like all that, what should we expect? We have the Ten of Cups, brighter days, more fruitful relationships, etc., etc. But I do feel like it's really necessary that the Three of Pentacles comes up for the third time. Recognize in what ways things are not working for you and in what ways things are working for you. Like, both sides. Like, find things to be grateful for, find things to be content with, and then also find things that you can improve upon. You know what I mean? So there's that on that. I don't know how long this video is going to be. I'm not really big on time, but what I will do, what I will be big on, is pulling from this Soul's Journey deck and seeing what energies come through. Infinite Spirit, Spirit Team, Spirit Guides, those who wish to see us succeed in this lifetime. What's going on? We have the Peace, we have the Peace card, and we have Abundance. I am a limitless being, and I can manifest whatever I choose, whatever I desire, in this physical reality. And then we have Peace. I am a being of love, and I release all negative energy. And like, as cheesy, as woo-woo, as like esoteric as it sounds, I do want to remind you that you can always go back to love. You can always go back to the basics. And everyone's spirituality is different. Everyone's journey is different. Like, who am I to tell you that love has to be the answer? But a lot of philosophers, a lot of people, a lot of spiritualists will say the same thing. Like love is like the biggest thing that we have. You know, togetherness, community, etc., etc. And then we go back to the Queen of Cups. You know, the Queen of Emotions, the Queen of Love. What's going on with this energy? We have relationships, literally. If you're thinking about love, if you're thinking about romance, if you're thinking about relationships, I feel like a good thing that could be in the forefront of your mind is like service to others. Like, how could you be helpful to those around you? How could you be... I just had a bunch of cards fly out, and at the split of that we have honesty. I feel like recently, if not already, you have hit a wall, if you will, a wall of honesty, like where you had to really like face yourself. This could be a myriad of things. Like this could be like a huge technical difficulty that makes you like stop and like reflect, or like, I don't know, a nasty hate comment on the internet that like once again makes you reflect, like something that makes you reflect. And I feel like coming from the center, a really necessary message. Also, I'm gonna drink some water. Is to be easy with yourself, be gentle with yourself. Once again, not everyone's spirituality is the same, but I do feel like one common thread with like spirituality in general is like the essence of like calm and peace, and like learning to be at peace. Like to some degree, I do feel like I've mastered this, like the art of detachment, if you will. But whatever. For some of you, there's something that you're guilty about, or maybe there's somebody else and they're guilty about something. Because as I put the deck down, we do have the guilt card, and then right underneath that, if we could go back to gratitude for a second, once again, find things that you're grateful for, make a list if you need to. But back to guilt. There's something that someone's guilty about. This could be you. This could be somebody else. I feel like generally it's just like dealing with some the way that you moved in a certain situation. We have the Ten of Wands coming out again. Yeah, it's the way you moved in a certain situation. It's like, or the way that they moved in a certain situation. It's the why. It's the reason why a relationship has come to an end or is coming to an end. We have the Temperance card. But you can make something beautiful out of this. Like whatever feeling, whatever like emotion this is, like you can turn something. You can turn it into something beautiful. Oh my fucking goodness, Mercury! If you don't cooperate, please. So there's that energy. Like maybe you're an artist. Once again, we have the Ten of Cups coming out again, and I'm starting to feel a little bit drained as I like read into this energy. Like once again, this could be you, this could be somebody else, but it's like a really heavy energy. It's like really big. This could be a person in your life that like really makes you feel drained, makes you feel, you know. And it's up to you. Nobody else can tell you whether or not someone is a good fit for your life. No one can tell you to cut people out of your life. I mean, there's a suggestion when you watch these videos, but it's up to you at the end of the day. So there's that on that, because obviously when you remove people from your life, that comes with sacrifices in certain circumstances and whatnot. So that's something to be said. Source energy, beloved. I haven't really been calling on source in my videos as much, and I kind of like feel weird about it. We have the Wheel of Fortune. Things will definitely be turning around in your favor. Please listen to your intuition. Please recognize that voice in your head as you move forward and as you embark upon your journey, because like it's screaming at you. It's not screaming, but it's talking to you, and it's telling you these things for a reason. And like you don't have to, but at the least, I think personally, like one should learn to verbally respect their intuition. Like if you're not going to do what it says, like at least acknowledge and be like, thanks for this energy, thanks for this information. You know, that's what I like to do at the least, but that's just me. Anyways, I hope this was helpful. I hope this was useful. If you would like me to go more in depth with you in a personal reading, in a private reading video, I can do that for you. If not, I hope this was helpful. I hope this was useful. Remember to stay hydrated. Remember to tend to your chakras, and hope you have a nice rest of your day. Bye.